The dust has settled on another college football Saturday, Week 12 in the rearview mirror, but the college football playoff picture is beginning to take more and more shape. You know the deal. The committee going to get in their room. They're going to fly them in. They'll have some good snacks. It'll be a good time. We'll get the rankings out on Tuesday. Let's tell you what the rankings are going to be right now. We don't need to wait till Tuesday, all right? We're going to tell you what the playoff picture is looking like. And quick note, as this segment has progressed, have you noticed how our rankings has slowly but surely been what the committee has grown to follow? I'm not saying that, they're watching the show, but if you are, we appreciate you. Let's jump right into it. You know how we do it. First two out, top four. Let's get right to it. At number 6, making an absolute statement to the rest of the country last night, USC. At number 6 for us, huge stretch ahead of them. They beat UCLA last night. Now, they punched their ticket to the Pac-12 title game. So they will get a ranked Notre Dame in the Coliseum, and they will get some sort of ranked opponent, you would imagine, in the Pac-12 title game. My thought process is that'll be Oregon. Here's the reality for USC. They control their own destiny. They've gotten some help now, and they're number 6 this week, but if they're a one-loss Pac-12 champ, I truly believe they will be in the dance. So they got to handle business. But from what I've seen with Caleb Williams, they're playing some of their best football right now. Can the defensive side of things continue to hold up their end of the bargain? I'm excited to see. But USC is number 6 in this week's playoff picture. Now at number 5, the LSU Tigers moving up a spot. They handled UAB last night, and they finished the year at Texas A&M. Texas A&M in the ultimate just wounded, limping in mode, but they're going to give them their best shot. So that'll be a fun game to watch. Things are kind of starting to go LSU's way. With Tennessee having lost, that opens the door just a little bit. If TCU loses at some point in this year, we'll get to TCU in a second here, but that would be, I think, exactly what the doctor ordered for a 2-loss SEC champ to get into the dance. We always say it with LSU. A 2-loss team's never made it. But an SEC champ has never been left out. Handle your business. Hit your knees and pray for some things to swing your way for LSU. But they're playing good football right now. Continuing to take care of the internal. Again, a win against UAB last night. Finished with A&M on the road at College Station. But this week, they're number 5 in the college football playoff picture. Quick note, if you haven't yet joined the party and subscribed, we would love to have you. It's college football content every single day on the Hard Count. The On3 YouTube channel has got you covered. So come join the party. We have a real good time. All right. Thank you to all of you that already subscribed and joined the party. We appreciate you. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JD Piquel. A lot of interaction to be had there. A lot of content we do there that we incorporate here. All right. Let's get into it. The top 4. TCU steady at number 4. Same thing. Control their own destiny. A last-second fire drill kind of field goal in Waco to beat Baylor and to stay undefeated. They're the cardiac kids, man. I'll tell you what, they just continue to find ways to win. And after a while, you start to say, okay, that's just who they are. That's their identity. They're going to adjust. They're not going to flinch. They're going to give some kind of second half surge and find a way to win. They got Iowa State at home to finish the season. You would imagine they'll likely draw Kansas State for that Big 12 title game matchup. That will be huge. But the same thing remains true for TCU. They handle their business. They go undefeated. They're going to be in the college football playoff, okay? So the path is still very much clear. But, Max Duggan, you can't say enough good things about him, man. He is so tough. Leader of that program, Sonny Dykes, in just year 1. I'm just going to say this. I don't want to harp on it too much, but TCU is the case study on why you don't need to expand the playoff. I get we're doing it. I don't want to get on my soapbox here, but TCU, a smaller program, not the most resources in the world, but a Power 5 team controlling what they control, winning out. If they win out, if they're a conference champion undefeated, they will be in the college football playoff. We'll leave it at that. At number 3 in this week's rankings, you got Michigan. Last-second win over Illinois. J.J. McCarthy doing enough. Blake Corum getting injured. You hope he's okay. Jake Moody is an absolute stud. He's a pro kicker playing college football. Let's call a spade a spade. I am so fired up for the game at Ohio State. That's going to be an absolute blast. The same thing is true about this game as it was before the season even started. It is a playoff game for Michigan, a playoff game for Ohio State. I'm very curious to see what J.J. McCarthy brings to the table in that game because I think they may ask more of him throwing the football. What does the young gun do in that situation? I'm excited, but I think they will need him to deliver in a big way through the air in order to win that game. So they got a playoff game set up, but Michigan at number 3 in this week's ranking. Stay tuned to the end of this video. Got a quick announcement for you if you're a Michigan fan. Number 2, we got Ohio State. No change here. We just talked about Michigan. Same thing's true for Ohio State. Found a way to win yesterday against Maryland. Able to throw a knockout punch in winning time. It's a playoff game in Columbus. All right, so the winner of that game will go to the Big Ten title and more likely than not be dancing in the college football playoff. Very, very excited to see what that defense does against Michigan because Michigan is going to make it a point to run the football. We've already had our key battles video out right now. Go check that out. But it is very much not a secret what Michigan's going to do offensively. They're going to make it a point to run the ball, and you better stop them. For Ohio State, that was the thing all offseason. How tough are they? A lot of talent, but how tough are they? They've proven on multiple occasions, the game against Maryland being no exception, they are a tough football team. Nothing fake about that culture. So that's going to be a fun game to watch in Columbus. Going to be a huge, huge game. I said we're going to wait till the end of the video to say this. I'll say it right now. We're going to that game. The hard count is hitting the road. We'll be at Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan. However you want to say it, we will be in Columbus for that game. I am giddy. A kid in a candy store. Arguably the best rivalry in sports. We're going to be there. Going to be an absolute blast. Looking forward to seeing all of you there. All right? Roll, party, roll. Number 1 ranked team in this week's college football playoff picture should come as no surprise, the Georgia Bulldogs. Kirby Smart and company going undefeated in SEC play, not 1 but 2 years in a row. Extremely, extremely difficult feat. And I've said it before about this Georgia team. They're so dangerous to me because of the way that they can win different styles of fights. And not only that, they've been in different fights. Like last year's team was so dominant. This team has a response mechanism that I think makes them very, very scary. I said it before with Georgia. Would you rather fight a guy who's dangerous but never been in a fight before? Or would you rather fight the guy who's been in a couple fights, taken some punches, and is still undefeated? Tell you one thing. I promise you, it's not the second. It is not the second one of those, and that's what Georgia is right now. Playing their best ball in November, the Georgia Bulldogs, number 1 in this week's college football playoff rankings. Play Georgia Tech. They play LSU. Even if they lose the SEC title game, they're still more than likely making the college football playoff. So to recap, at number 6, the USC Trojans controlling their own destiny. At number 5, LSU. Handle what you can control. Hope for a little bit of help. But they got a big one in the SEC title against Georgia. At number 4, we got TCU. Same thing. Handle business. Go undefeated. Run the table. You're in the dance. Number 3, we got Michigan. Number 2, we got Ohio State. They will play each other for a playoff game in Columbus, and yours truly will be there. So excited to see all of y'all. And number 1, the Georgia Bulldogs, continuing to be a force as they are number 1 yet again in this week's playoff picture. That's it for us here on The Hard Count. I'm JD Piquel, Nick Brake doing the real heavy lifting. So fired up. So fired up as this whole entire regular season's coming to a close. We want you along for the ride. We want you here. We want you a part of us at the party, all right? So we're going to keep the party rolling. Subscribe to the channel. We will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.